Hi guys, it's Sunday, February 4th, and we're going to go ahead. We're working with this free celebration bundle. When you spend $100 on my website during the month of February, you can choose this as a free reward. Does not go into any other rewards. This would be a free reward in addition, just based off of the $100 in sales. The $100 does have to be prior to shipping, handling, and tax, though, just so you know. All right, so I was having a time yesterday getting these matched up, and I think after working with it yesterday, I came across a better way to do things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my old favorite. I'm going to cut an inch off of each of my sides on this 8.5 by 11. So now this is going to be 7.5 by 10. And I'm going to score right down the middle. So I'm going to score at 5. I'm going to score at 3 3/4. For all of you who have seen my other videos, you know what I'm about to do. This is going to take on a little bit of a different twist. I am going to fold it on those lines just so I can see them. And I am going to stamp on the bumpy side. Now the only reason I'm stamping on the bumpy side is because here you get a concave. When you stamp over those lines, you'll get like a shadowing effect. On here, at least, it just becomes a little bit darker, and we can always trim that off just a little bit. Now, I discovered after playing yesterday that sometimes it's easier for me to actually stamp the flower first and then come in with, no. Trying to think how I did it yesterday. Yes, I stamped the flower first and came in one at a time with the leaves. So I'm going to stick with the same two colors that we used yesterday, and that's Old Olive and Calypso Coral. But I'm going to do these one at a time. So I'm going to take, let me go ahead. I forgot to grab out my blocks. Sorry about that. Get one of these big ones. I'm going to go ahead, and if you remember from yesterday, and I don't know, do I have I think I pretty much cut them all up from yesterday, that this actually ends up being kind of like this. All right, so let's go ahead, put that on there. And I'm going to do second and third generations on this so we get some variations. All right, but I'm going to do one at a time per quadrant, if that makes sense. So I'm going to go, let me double check. Yes, it's like this. All right, I'm going to go here. So I'm going to do one dark in each quadrant, and then I'm going to go to my generations. All right, so there is the flower part. Go ahead and cover that up for now. Let's go ahead and get our leaves out. Hang on, I have to wipe my finger off because, of course. Now, what I also discovered is, see that circle in the stamp? That somewhat goes around this right here, in a way, around that center part. All right, so another little trick I learned yesterday while stamping with this set. So these are going to be our full strength one. So I'm going to look here, and that also has to go in that ring. So see how I'm getting that set up there, but I'm getting that circle inside the center of that flower, and I'm going to press down. And look how almost perfect that is. The circle is the key. All right, so now over here I'm going to have to turn it just a little bit because I want that little bud to be in that flower vase. But then again, I want that circle. Excellent. So here's my little bud I'm lining up, and I'm coming over and getting that circle around that flower. It's so much easier with this when you play with this actually before you show it on TV or on streaming or on videos. That one I think is pretty darn close too. All right, so much better than yesterday. So now let me go ahead. I'm going to stamp it off once. And we're going to come in. I'm really pushing my luck on that one, I think. Oh, sorry about that. Time to take my chemo pill. I didn't realize we were that close to the time. Now this, I'm not sure how this is actually going to turn out. That I'm just going to have a little bit of a branch there. And here I'm just going to have a little bit of a branch. Oops, stamp off once. A little bit of a branch there. That branch didn't turn out very good. All right. So let's go ahead. Hang on. Let me take down my phone for just a second so I can go to my alarm. Wait, you're still on. Hang on. Let me go to my alarm. Okay. Are we still on? Let me get back to... There we are. Let's make sure we're still on. Okay, excellent. A little bit crooked. All right, there we are. All right, let's go ahead and grab... I think my cloth is probably... It's getting kind of dryish. I need to go run this underneath the sink. And I do notice in my one part of my mat, I have a little bit of a red mark that's underneath. Oops, let's get that from under there too. I do have a speckle right there that is not in the glass. See how I'm going on the glass? So now that I've seen that, it's going to bug me all the time. There we go. All right, I think we're good. Now let's go back in here with the flowers. Now this way I find a little more challenging. Just because I'm looking now at that bud and I'm looking at that flower on the leaf. Oh, and see, that did get a little bit... Let me line up that flower. There we go. So here's the bud. There's the stem that goes into that flower. Gotta make sure you get a good image down there. See how that's a little variated there. All right. So here's that bud. There's where that little part goes into the flower. This one may not be. This one may be a little bit off. All right, so there you have that part of it. Now, and that one I really should have done more at that angle. That's going to bother me. They're both facing the same direction. All right, now let's come in, because I don't want to do more flowers, I don't think. Even though this one's really nice, I don't think I want to put them in there. So what I'm going to do is I am actually going to bring out one of these of Art and Texture. I love these backgrounds. And we're just going to do some really light stamping just to fill it in. Really light. And this I'm doing in another color, Pecan Pie. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp it over here until it runs clear. And that's where I'm going to pick up the ink from. I know, kind of loud, sorry. And let's kind of go, and I'm just doing light little, oh, I need to put a flower up there. Let's go like this, barely touching. You know, I do think I need to bring the other flowers in, because now this is just looking like a little bit of a muddied mess. Ooh, I got a little bit of a fuzzy there I picked up, looks like. All right, first things first, you gotta finish off that flower up there. The bud is gonna be right off. There we go. Looks better. All right. I'm really wondering, maybe I will just put the flowers in just by themselves. Let's see something here. Yeah, that doesn't look bad, because those dots can just be background looks. I don't think that's bad at all. Let's go a little bit up there. I was forgetting to turn my stamp. Did you see that? So they're all pretty much going in the same directions. All right, as usual, I don't know when to stop. All right, enough is enough. Let's put those all over there. Let's come in and wipe off my glass mat again. Oh, sorry. Knocked off one of my keeps the glare from my window from coming out on my mat. Oh, and I hear my husband coming back from the walk with the dog. So, of course, he'll come in here and try to talk to me and not notice that I'm recording. All right. Let's go ahead. I'm going to bring this through. And we're going to cut. Now, I'm going to cut in just 1/8 of an inch from that center. Because that center line, if we cut on it, is probably going to be just a little bit, might snag. So there's 5 and an 1/8 less than 5. And here's 1/8 less than 5. Same with here. We're going to do 1/8 less than 3 3/4. And then 1/8 less than 3 3/4. Just so those little ridges. Because if you cut on those little that ridge where we scored, I don't know if it's going to focus on it or not. It seems to rip when you try to do it. So here's 3 3/4. We'll go 1/8 just a little bit below it. 3 3/4, just 1/8 of an inch the other way. All right. Let's go ahead and put that over here. So now we have these. Let's go ahead and grab out some layers. And I don't know if I want, because these are going to be a very thin layer. I think I want the coordinating colors, but I'm not positive. Even though that pink does not look bad. Even though there's no pink in there. Let's go back. Let's see. I have so many of these layers cut that I would, but I don't think I have any of the subtles. I did a whole bunch of the subtles in the big layers. So here's all of these. And see, and it doesn't look bad to have that much of a border on there. Maybe we'll just go ahead and leave it with that. Let's do 2 with the Calypso Coral. We'll figure out which ones we like on the Calypso Coral. Let's do 2 with the Old Olive. How about that? So let me put this back. And let me get out 2 of the Old Olive right up front, of course, because olive should always be at the front. So I'm thinking that the ones that have a little bit of the less green showing, I should use the green to try to draw that out. Yes, I think that looks good because that draws out that green then just a little bit. And the ones that have a lot of green, that curl helps bring it down a little bit. All right, and let's just go ahead and use, let's use each of the phrases and we'll do one twice. How about that? All right, so let me grab out another block. And I think I don't want to use Memento Black. I think I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use Copper Clay on all of these. All right, so let's go ahead and do 1 with the Copper Clay. I really appreciate you. A little crooked. I'm going to do 2 with the I really appreciate you because I like that phrase instead of just saying thank you. I mean, it brings in so much more than just the I thank you. All right, let's do 1 with the hello there. And then 1 with the you're in my thoughts. All right. Now, if you wanted to, you could add, you know, some blending brush or whatever in there. I think I'm going to leave it just like that. So I'm not going to, and then I would just put these all, I think, on just your basic white. I won't tape them down right now, but you'll see this is how the finished card is going to look. Let me move that one over just a little bit. There's that one. And then here's this one. All right, let me show you the other examples that I did. Oh, let me bring that down just a little bit. Didn't realize that was off. There you go. All right, so here's the other ones that I did. This one here, these are the ones I stamped yesterday. And then I just drew a straight line to cut with my straight edge, and then cut around here with the snips. Embossed it with that folder. And then this is the double oval, punch the smaller side, and then I just ran it through the stamp pad to line it out. And then this is the pecan pie just brushed on with a blending brush. So there's that one. This one, we have the around the bend dies that kind of give you that curly edge. I just freehand this. So I just thought that was a nice way to show a little bit of that color in the background. You could put embellishments here to brighten up that space, or you could have embossed this layer, and that would have been a nice feature too. And then this one, I was watching Robin Armbrecht, and she was featuring collage. So I tried to collage with this stamp set. Now this is not really a collage look, but you can see, and I did bring in a leaf from Timeless Charm, because I just feel like I needed something else in there. And of course that's that background from the Of Art and Texture, which is one of my favorite stamp sets, online exclusives. So yes, then I just did it as a collage. All right, guys, that's it. Thanks for tuning in. Give me a thumbs up. Share my video on your social media or with your friends. Subscribe if you haven't already. But most of all, have a great Sunday and a safe week in the upcoming days. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.